Alright, so today is day 18 of incubation. It's been in lockdown for about 3 days now, and it's been about 54 hours since the first chick hatched, which is a little bit later than I'd like to go, but because of work, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to open up the incubator now and take out the lockdown box, and we'll set it over here and transfer them into the brooder. Alright, here we go. Yeah, those need to be kind of quick though. Oh, let me get this all. Oh, geez. And so it's 99.5 in there. That's what it should be. There we go. Let's take this out. Oh boy. Hi, little ones. All right. There we go. And so that camera can't see you if you want it.
Oh, you're going to tell me each other.
So you need to help me make sure they don't pop out because they'll all jump out. So you have to be careful. One. Ooh. Two. Three. Four. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9.
This guy.
10.
Right here.
11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. Okay. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31 so far, and we'll get this back in the incubator real quick so any late bloomers can as quick as I can. And I'm going to give it a little bit more humidity here real quick. There we go. So we'll let that get back up the temperature. Let me grab my camera.
Figuring it out.
31 so far, and there's one's hatching out as we speak. Quaternix quail. Okay. So this here is the peanuts. And so this is the peanut plant. I got it growing in this planter here so that way I can empty it out. It doesn't take a lot of work or water, a little bit initially, and it will get some little flowers on it. You can't really see them right now. But this goes for about 90 to 100 days, I believe. It'll get kind of big and then die out, and I'll pull them out, get some peanuts. So there's also a little one there going. And then all of these are peanut plants as well, and they should finish out just in time before frost. Hey y'all. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed that short video. Good to see everyone. Matt here. So let's see, can I get a 5x5 or something like that? Can you guys see and hear me this week? I know technology problems have been rampant with everyone, with me as well. Oh yeah, sorry Verna, I will change it. I actually have a couple good ideas. If you have any good ideas, guys, feel free to leave it in the comments or the chat. 5x5. Okay, good. So as you can see, I finally got my video working. That's all due to my wife helping me out. We finally got it going correctly today, kind of last minute. So I lost a lot of video because of that, that I was wanting to share, but you know. And then also lost a lot of video because of actually some power outages we've been having. I talked about them a little bit in my last stream, but we'll talk about them a little bit more here. Some of that has to do with we're in an older home and we're testing our box. And then also the city itself has been experiencing some. Okay, cool. So first of all, hello everyone. Good to see you. It looks like we got Verna, Nikki, CDB's in here, Buster. We got, I think I saw BC Gaming. Who else did I miss? Someone I know. Did I say Nikki? Mr. Landfill. Anyways, hello. Welcome, y'all. Thanks for showing up again. I know my schedules are kind of choppy on doing my live streams. This week we did get going, though, so that's a success. I got a couple things to talk about, too, which is going to be awesome. So I didn't forget Phil, did I? I would never forget Phil. Well, hello, Mr. Landfill. I love your name. But good to see you, Phil. I hope you're doing good. Hope everyone's safe. I know there's been crazy weather, whether you've been in a heat thing like we have here in our monsoon season, or like, you know, the West Coast is getting battered and East Coast and kind of everywhere with different things. So I hope everyone's safe. Everyone give a thumbs up there if you can, if you're good and safe and doing good. So I would never forget Phil. There. You're having buffering issues on your end. Okay. So yeah, I've had a lot of internet issues too. Verna, I was in your first part of your stream, and then I started having issues too about right when you were. And I got in on the second part for a few minutes, but wasn't able to finish. So I'll be watching that. Actually, I'll be watching that after tonight's live stream while I stand in the kitchen and wash grapes and put them in the freezer, and corn and all the wonderful things we harvested. So hopefully you don't have too bad buffering issues. So tonight I am running off a different power source, and I'll talk about that a little bit later too. So hopefully that doesn't throw a wrench in the stream as well. Oh, let's see. What's that? Air quality alert until 12. Oh no, is that because of fires and things? What's going on up there? Or just air quality? So if you guys want to, you can type in your zip code or the city, state, something like that, and it will, Nightbot will drop the weather there in your area. You could also type in GBH and it'll drop your channel link there. I sent to third part. Oh, okay. Stuff from Canada. Yeah, all the fires. Wow, man, there's been a lot of fires. So actually, I part of my stream a little bit later in my I wanted to talk. I was talking about fire, and this was actually something I had planned a couple weeks ago, but I thought I'd mention it now. And I guess given light of everything, it's kind of fitting now. If well, we'll talk about that later. But so air quality's bad, so hopefully you're staying inside there, Verna, and all. Third time's a charm. And hopefully everyone else is doing good. Here it has been hot. It's officially the time of the year where I'm done with the consecutive triple digits. I'm ready for fall. I love summer and I love things growing, and I'm not one for winter, but I guess there's twice a year I complain, right about now and then right in about February. So this is the second time of the year I get to complain. Oh, Buster, I missed Buster. Buster, hello. 107 there today. Man, it's supposed to be in the hundreds. Yeah. So it was 100 today. I think it said the feels like temperature was like 103 or something. So not quite as hot as you there, but I'm tired of it. I'm ready for a little bit of a cool down. It would be nice. All my building projects outside have been halted because, you know, I sourced funding to go to QuailCon. And so those will be coming up, and it'll be nice to do those in a little bit cooler weather anyways. So I got my QuailCon shirt. It says Birds of a Feather, Covey Together, QuailCon 2023. Woo! I don't know, Verna, if you want to drop the link there. I know, Phil, you said you were considering going, and I know a bunch of other people here will be there. Wow, Verna. Half a bushel of pears. Ooh, I love pears. I think pears are probably one of my favorite fruits. I absolutely love pears. I know if you guys watch the video, we have peaches on our tree. I think we have about 7 of them. So not huge harvest, but they look good and they're huge and they are going to be delicious. So that's from our tree, one of our first things, our spicy tree there. So real exciting. All right, let's see. I did jot down a few notes. So I saw a little shorts video a guy did on organization. I actually wanted to share it here, and I'm still considering that, although I don't want to take from his video. But organization's definitely been something I've been trying to work on. Okay. Oh, no, I just meant for QuailCon itself, if there's still tickets. I know Phil there was saying he was considering going, but I don't think he had made a decision. Anywho, I got some notes tonight, so hopefully it's a good stream. And so quail update, a little bit of what's been going on in my quail here. I moved all my quail into the tower. They're getting ready to be processed. I still haven't done that yet. I know I've been needing to do it for weeks. Just have been busy and haven't gotten around to it. So that has to be done before QuailCon. So that's going to get done this next week here, and everything will get cleaned and real good and ready for the new batch of quail that you see right there to the left of me. So I had put in a little video. Oh, yep. And CDB, thank you very much, is reminding everyone to hit that like button. There are a couple. Oh, man, I got hotel and all that already. That's okay. When I show up with Farmer Casey, we are certainly going to camp, because if there's one other thing Farmer Casey loves, it's camping. So that's cool, though. I paid a lot for the hotel, so I guess I'll be there. But I had put in a little video at the intro there. I'm going to try not to stress my voice. I feel like I'm always doing that. If you could guess how many quail hatched out. And so I don't know if anyone has a guess if you watched that or how many I got. So I bought, you can go ahead and drop that in comments if you like, but I had initially got 50 eggs ordered from Zach over my shire of the Jumbo Wilds. And so those came in, and he had actually sent 60. So 10 of them came in cracked. I blame the mail carrier. And a few of them, I weren't sure if they were viable. They looked like they might have been cracked. And when I did the light, so anyways, 50 of them got put in the incubator. And I'll let people guess a little bit before I say how many. CDB saying 18. Yeah, I'll plan even better for next year. So I actually wasn't sure I was going to make it this year. It took a lot of work and a lot of me having to divert things and kind of work things for me to go. So I am extremely thankful and blessed for that. And then, of course, I have to thank my wife. She's going to be taking on all the load here while I'm gone. And so, there's a lot that goes into it. It's a faraway trip. For guests and awesome. So it's a long ways away. So I'm really blessed to be going. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to, but next year I really want to get Farmer Casey there. I'd like to get the rest of the family. My oldest son, Keith, he's got a ton going on right now. That kid is on the ball. He's got a good head on his shoulders and just, a whole lot going for him. But he is busy. He's in high school taking driver's ed and soccer and band, and he's got a lot going. And I'm assuming next year, even more so. But if I could talk him into going, that would be awesome. And then, of course, Spicy Mom, that would be neat. Yeah, okay. That's okay, Nikki. You have a good night. Watch and replay if you'd like, but I completely understand that. That's what happened to me in Verna's this morning. So have a good evening, and we'll see you later. Everyone's saying goodbye. Okay. Go get your coffee, Verna. I'll just chit-chat a bit. And so everyone dropped their guesses in. And so I got 50 quail eggs in the incubator. When I had looked at them and I candled them, I really saw about 42 of them that I thought were viable. 8 of those, 2 of them were really big and just really, really light. And then about another 6 of them looked like they were cracked, but I put them in anyways. So if I take here we go. Oh, so I had 31. I have 31 baby quail. Now, when I had taken the hatch box out, the lockdown box out, one of them was hatching and I hadn't seen. It was pecking out. And I thought it was going to continue hatching, and I think it died with that moving it. And then some others did not. So out of the 50 eggs, I have a 63% hatch rate, which isn't too bad. When I take it, what I really saw was 42 viable eggs, even though I put the others in. Let's see. That would give us 73%. And that's about what I got last time of ones I thought were viable. So either way, I'm happy with this hatch. I got 31 babies in there. That's plenty for Spicy Mom to take care of while I'm gone at QuailCon. Woohoo! Yep. I'm excited. They are the Jumbo Wilds, so they're feather sexable. I can tell what sex they are by their feathers coming up in a bit here. And so they're 5 days old right now. And they are all healthy and happy running around in there. Verna's checking. Oh, Verna. Okay, so I had 31, Verna. If I take it out of the original 50 eggs, it gave me a 63% hatch rate. If I take it out of the 42 eggs that I really found viable, it gave me a 73% hatch rate. There's a few things, ones that would have hatched, but I had pulled that lockdown box out of the incubator, and I think it kind of shrink wrapped them. That's something to address. I still want to rebuild my incubator. That's still a plan. And of course, I jot notes every time I use it. And so I'd like to be able to open those doors up inside the incubator so it's still warmer while I move the baby chicks out. Hopefully that will help with that if I do a rebuild. Anyways, yeah, I'm happy with it. Okay, that's, yep. Thank you, Verna. You read my mind. So in 3 weeks, so in 2.5 weeks, so right when I get back from QuailCon, I'll be able to check and separate them male to female. I'll know my ratio there. And then at about, because of the temperature at 3.5 weeks to 5.5 weeks, you can move them outside. About that time frame, the temperatures here are going to be in the low 90s, high 80s. Perfect. They're feathered out. It's going to be awesome. Good timing at about 3.5 weeks. So When I get back from QuailCon, I give it about another week, and then they will go outside, and that's really exciting. And then from then, I'll start the breeding program going. I actually picked up a possible reoccurring order for quail. I have a friend that had been buying mealworms for me that I was raising, and now he's raising big lizards, I guess, big reptiles. And so he was looking for a bigger game, and so I think I'm going to be supplying some quail to him, some frozen quail. So that's exciting. Yeah. So at night, right now here, I think it's still in the high 70s. Then it's going to be 70s, high 60s. So do you think I should wait a little bit long? Well, let me go ahead and let me look at my weather here real quick. See, the app's over there. Let me pull it up. I'm not sure. Look at that little bird. Oh man, I love these little quail. They are so much fun. He's checking that camera out. All right. So yeah, so at night, yeah, so high 60s, low 70s is about where we're at. It won't be dropping down into the 50s yet. It'll still be in the high 60s after 3 weeks. So my plan was 3.5 weeks. I might push that to 4 weeks. Yeah, he is. So the only thing that concerns me, and this is good to note too, is after about 3.5 weeks, so this brooder I have here is the size of a oil pan that you get because that's what's under those blue cloths, under the wire mesh that they'll be on soon. And actually, Vernon, maybe I wanted to ask again too. Do you happen to know what age it is you removed those blue cloths? Is it at about a week? I think that's what I was thinking. Anyways, so their space there is it's 20 inches by 3 foot. So in that space, that's roughly for the babies. That's plenty. 40 babies can be in there, but I'm really gonna want to split them in about half or so if they're filling out and getting a little bigger. Okay, cool. Okay, let's move on here a little bit. So that's the quail update. I got 31, and that's what's going on with them here. Of course, I got to talk about QuailCon real quick. So my shirt came in. I'm really excited for that. I couldn't find it because I lose everything, but I got my Grafted Branch Homestead shirt in. Look at that guy. I'm going to turn their mic on. Give me just a sec. So the one that was born right away, my son named Early. And then there's 2 of them that are a lot lighter than the others, and my son named those Maple. But anyways, I don't know if you can see, I actually got my bag packed. It's not the final packing, but I've been going through it every night and taking things out I don't want, putting things in. I'm trying to lighten it. I've decided I'm going to go just in my jeans, I think because of the weather, so I'm opting out of taking the shorts and second pair of shoes. If I bring shorts, I don't want to be there in my shorts and cowboy boots. That might look a little funny. Anywho, so I was going to bring a second pair of shoes that I have here, but that's going to take up room in my bag. So I've opted out of that to cut down. I'm taking just the one carry-on. I don't want to check anything. It is 4 flights in total, 2 there and 2 back, and I don't want to mess with all that. And I want room in my bag, too, to take home for my kids and my family. Lots of goods from Verna there. So she's got some freeze-dried candies I'm really excited to bring home, and some meals and things as well. I know there's going to be other stuff. So I Googled where there's a UPS store near the hotel there. And because I'm thinking if I end up picking up a bunch of cool things from people, I may end up putting them in a box and just UPSing it back to myself. I want to get a lot of those. Well, I don't want to hog them. I don't know how much you have, Verna, but I want to get a bunch of your candies and things. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, you could. But it's 2 weeks away here, Verna. But we could talk about that too. I'm thinking, I guess there's a lot of vendors, so I don't know. I guess I don't really know about what to expect. So is it normally like 200 people there, or is there like 500, or I don't know how big it is? How many vendors? Oh, you said that, yeah. I don't really know what to expect, to be honest. So I don't think I've ever been to a convention besides, well, here's a little bit about my life. So for about 5 years, I think it was 4 or 5 years, about 4 years, I worked at Dillard's as the men's tailored specialist and men's furnishing specialist. And so I did custom suits and did things like that. And so I would do the bridal conventions to, sell suits, obviously, to the parties. And that was a lot of fun to do. I take that back. I've been to a few. So I used to sell for a while custom made hearing protection. And so we would go to different shows, some car shows and gun shows and things like that. So I've done some of that. This is a little different. I'm extremely excited to be out on a working farm and experience a little bit of that. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, here we go. Verna answered my question. Over 300. Ooh, that's a crowd. Man, I don't know how Zach does it. That's insane. And I keep watching his shorts of him getting the land ready and all that. If you guys haven't checked out Verna's channel, I know everyone in here has, but anyone that watches, a lot of people watch later, check out Verna and then check out My Shire Farms as well and see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'll stay on track here. So our harvest, I harvested a thinned out a lot of the Three Sister Garden. So the Three Sister Garden is corn, beans, and squash, and you're supposed to do it on hills about 3 foot apart or so. Now I do everything in the urban homestead, and so I like to try and condense things, and that's not always best. That doesn't always work out best, and so I condensed that down and really packed that 8x8. So we ended up getting actually a lot of corn. We still got the best corn harvest we've had, and I have a lot growing out there still. I just thinned it. And we've gotten some other things from there. I'm allowing the bigger stalks to stay, and I'm allowing the beans now to grow. Hopefully now that it's cooling down a little bit in the fall, I'll get some beans. We didn't have a good bean harvest this year. And then one of the problems with packing it too much, of course, is the light didn't get down to the lower levels. The pollen wasn't able to evenly spread, so I could have gotten a better harvest. And then I couldn't control the bugs in the garden. Now, the corn, I had not a single worm, mold, not a single bug, beetle that had eaten any of it. Absolutely clean. I didn't use anything this year, 100% organic. I didn't even use the organic sprays. I used nothing. I contribute that to, I planted it a little bit later this year, so I think I missed that moth caterpillar time there. It was a little bit hotter when it started to grow. So that's nice. We have a ton of lizards in the garden, and that's part of our organic pest control. I have to do nothing to solve. They just run around. I did release a lot of ladybugs over there, and we have a lot of praying mantises around. So that all helps out. So that was a huge benefit. But now that it's thinned out, hopefully it can properly grow. That garden has until about the beginning of October, into September, beginning of October, before it needs to be cut down. And I put more compost, and that's when the red winter wheat gets planted there. So that's awesome. We harvested a lot of the Gold Rush potatoes earlier, you saw. So now there's more peanuts growing there. This year it's been more supplemental. We don't have enough to like can or set back, but that is a good thing with gardening to know. You have years like that sometimes. You got to do it to learn and gain those skills. It's not always going to be a huge harvest, but we did get a lot of things. As far as we got a lot of grapes, we have more grapes than I know what to do with. But yep. Oh, and then let's see. Yes, so those beans are going, and I need to plant more. And okay, so we got that going. There's a lot of herbs. Of course, we've been drying a lot of our herbs. Teas are still rolling out. I'm not talking about it too much, mainly because I just have so much going on in my life right now. I need to not overload myself, or I tend to shut down. And so there's some other things I'm prioritizing with Keith, my oldest son, and then just life in general. And so I know myself. And so I need to not overdo that. So right now, if you're curious, I'm looking at timeline. It's definitely going to be after QuailCon. Hopefully some things will hit before. I've got some things, packaging and some things like that going, but that's coming. Anywho, you'll know when it does because I'll post all about it. And then the end of September, in September, there's some feasts, some high feasts that I observe. So there's Sukkot, the end of September through the beginning of October. There's a lot of harvest in there. I need to get that greenhouse built by the hoop house built by the end of October. So once QuailCon happens, funds will all go pretty much to the sukkah and the greenhouse. So that will be coming up. It's a lot said. Yep. Verna, you need to do another garden tour, or if you have, I need to check it out. So anyone watching later is unfamiliar with Verna, well, let me back up a little bit. First of all, my channel here, the Urban Homestead, I like to say we're a homestead in training. I like to learn skills on the small little quarter-acre lot we have and kind of push that to its max. Now, Verna is a great example. She does in an apartment what I could only imagine, and she really pushes it and grows a lot. I mean, just earlier she was saying she got half a bushel of pears, so that's awesome. Okay, all right. I do need to stay on track a little bit, so that's coming. Awesome. And so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hop into my living insurance part of the stream tonight. And so this is where I like to just talk about a little bit of preparedness. Sometimes it's a talk or tips. Today it's a little bit more of a talk, and it's actually two things. So let me play this real quick, and then we'll do that. All right, cool. So I call it living insurance. This is just being prepared for whatever. So when I go out and I go to work, I prepare for my day. I have my work keys, my water bottle, lunch, things like that. If there's other things going on, I try and prepare for that. So today's talk is in two parts, and one of it was fire. I wanted to talk about this for a while. Now, I don't talk about current events a whole lot. You guys can get news and all that elsewhere. There's plenty of channels for that. And fire is a huge problem. Now, of course, if you're in an area where there's wildfire or extensive fire, it's not really going to help what I'm talking about. But what I want to talk about is with prepping or preparing, with stocking up some food or putting back some paper goods or things like that, whether it be just a little bit to get you 3 days or a couple months or more. A lot of times you're going to have things, hopefully neatly in piles or on shelves or areas like that, but you're going to have a mass of product. So it's a good time to make sure you have fire extinguishers. You can get little ones like this and just have them all over. It's good to have them around those items and make sure that they're good and up to date. You want to check that. But this is an overlooked, I guess, prep or something, I think quite a bit, but you want to have these all over. So I have one in this room. I have one in our other little prep room. There's one in the shed, of course, and I need to get a few more. But just simple fire extinguisher can save you a lot. It's a good time to check up on those. The other thing is if, you should just have anyways, is smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. Now, I want to talk about power outages a little bit too, just because we've been experiencing those. But and some of the things you should never do. But if you're doing that, you're lighting candles, you're burning different things maybe. Carbon monoxide is a real hazard and it sneaks up on people all the time. So have a carbon monoxide detector, always battery powered. That's what you want. So it's not plugged in. So good time to check those things. Make sure you have them. Oh no, Verna. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why I don't talk about the news and current events too much here, just because that very statement there, and I agree with it. So don't believe everything. But anywho, this wouldn't help you in that circumstance, anyways. But this is something good to have if you're having goods stocked. And so what made me think of it is I have paper goods, paper towels, things like that. up against walls and stuff like that, and that can be, it makes it more of a fire hazard than not. And so having fire extinguishers handy and your detectors and things, of course, you want. Yeah. Oh, yes. And baking soda. So I keep that actually in the kitchen. I think it's funny. A lot of people don't. I've always, I guess I love cooking. So always done that. You want to put baking soda on a grease fire, not water, and smother it. But baking soda on a fire is awesome. I've actually made some DIY little smoke bombs that are kind of like some water balloon. It was a long time ago, but kind of some water balloon like things with baking soda. And I had that inside another balloon that had vinegar. And so when you throw, the idea was to throw it and it bursts on the fire. And anywho, you can buy things like that now. But yeah, baking soda, good tip. So having those things around, and I just broke my chair, so give me just a moment, was my tip. And I kind of wanted to lead that into the power outages like I've been talking about. So we've been experiencing that here citywide, area-wide, and then just my home too, because we're kind of overloading our power box. A lot of people are having those issues. So with fire, I thought about, you might be burning candles, never have a gas-powered generator going inside. But if you're, burning candles, things like that, carbon monoxide. So with that said, though, I've lost a lot of video footage because my computer shuts down with the power outages. And so I've talked lately about systems I want to start. So I have been live now for 38 minutes. And the power for the computer, the monitor, the camera mic, the laptop here, and all this has been running for 1 hour and 38 minutes, completely off of a little solar generator. Now it's not, this one's not plugged into the solar panels yet. It's completely off the solar generator. And I'm using the little Blue Yeti one, which is a very small one, but it's working great because it can be used as a UPS as well, or an uninterrupted power supply, which means I can plug it into the wall and it will draw power from the wall into the battery and then run all this. And then if the power goes down, it just draws power off the battery. It's just not charging that battery. And I could connect that to my solar panels. But I'm going to grab my this one only costs $200 too, which is not bad. And it's 600 watts, so it does do a lot. The whole system I have here is running at 90 watts. So, but I'm going to grab the camera and we're going to go over there. So give me just. All right, little quailies, stealing your limelight. All right. So this here is my Blue Yeti 3BA Blue Yeti EB3A 600 watt pure sine wave. Now, pure sine wave inverter, that's important because the power is not going to fluctuate. And so when I'm running my computer, I want to make sure it's not doing that. So I can click here. And this has an hour and a half left. It's been running for over an hour and a half, so about 3 hours worth of power. It is lithium, so I can run that to 0. I don't have to stop at 50. So right now that's been powering my whole system, and I think that's awesome. Now the cool thing, the reason I have it on this and not this is my bigger system that I will be moving other things in the room to, and I will be building up. But I still need to get a few cables for this. Wiring is expensive, but after QuailCon and all, it'll be a few months, but I'll be doing that. Anywho, so let's come back over here. And I can take this, and I can plug this into the wall. Let me plug that in real quick. Solo, what are you doing? Hang out right here, Solo. There we go. Okay, so I got it plugged into the wall, and so you can see maybe here it says UPS now. And so it's charging and it's powering all my stuff at the same time. So when these rolling little blackouts I've been having here go, my computer's not going to shut down. And now I could just save things and turn my computer off. I guess that would be an option. But I decided to do this, and I'll be right back. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I highly suggest if you guys can get one of those. I've had this little one. I've been how I do it is, you saw with my bigger system there, and I also have 2 solar systems out in the quail area and the chicken area, is I've been buying piece by piece. So it's been over years, 4 years, 5 years, I've been buying a little piece here and there to build up. So you can do it. I know it's expensive. Now, this thing here, it's not going to power the little AC unit or the freezers or things like that. But that's why I'm working on building up another one. But success. So tonight's stream comes to you from my solar generator. So I thought that was neat. There you go. So that's the living insurance part of tonight. Let's see here. Oh, one other thing, and this is kind of fire got me thinking about this too. I watched this guy, Survival Living, awesome guy, and he talks a lot about not having all your preps in one place. And I do think that's important. Now, he does because, Solo, out. My camera is unplugged. Let's see. Okay, well, my mic's not. You can still hear me. I will be right back on. That's kind of funny. I just saying it's run all off solar, and then my camera goes out. So the reason the camera went out is I have a cord that is kind of faulty, that an extension cord it was plugged into. So I moved it, but let me see now how to get my picture back. I hope I can. Okay. Well, give me just a moment. You can hear me sound good. Give me just a moment, and I'm going to fix this without stressing tonight. There. Thank you. All right, cool. Oh, I see what I need to do. Okay. Give me just a moment. Okay, there we go. Is that 5x5? You guys hear and see me now? Are we going to get through this problem? Good now. All right, cool. Anywho, so he says don't keep all your preps or all your goods in one place. He had a house fire that ran through and he lost everything. And so that kind of made me think a little bit about that too. And so this is just an idea I've been throwing around. I haven't moved on yet, but for certain reasons right now, it's going to be a little bit of time before we get our land. Hopefully not long, but a little bit. We have some things in our life right now that I won't get into, but so one thing I've been thinking about is, now I know a lot of people will have like a cabin location or something like that. Here in New Mexico, you can get like a half-acre lot in the middle of nowhere for fairly cheap. Now, it may not be land you want to live on, or, and may not be feasible that way, but I'm actually considering maybe I should purchase a little half-acre piece of land like that for fairly cheap and stick a shipping container on it or under it or something like that, and put some things there. So an idea I've been mulling around. No more echo. Okay, cool. And Spice, of life is in here. She hasn't heard me maul around that idea yet. So I think it may be a good idea, though. You can also use it as like a camping site or something like that. So something I've been thinking of. Hopefully we just get land soon. That would be the best. But that's an option. I know some people will get storage buildings, like Angry Prepper. He has his storage buildings now. Of course, he's in New York, so he has to work around that. But this isn't something I have out here, so I've been thinking about. And so there we go. That's kind of the living insurance there. Let's see. All right. So now we're going to hop into, I had mentioned my baby quail chicks there, which I can't show anymore. They're 5 days old now. I give my chickens and all my poultry just waters. Occasionally I'll give them, and I had it in here, I'm not sure where it went. But anyways, occasionally I'll give them some little electrolyte powder. Ooh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. Okay, so occasionally I'll give them some little electrolyte powder that you can buy. I haven't done that in a while and I'm out of it. But I've been wanting to do something more organic. And so what I've looked at is magic water. I don't know if anyone uses anything, or if you do, Verna, with your poultry, electrolytes or anything like that ever. The reason I was thinking about it is I think I might want to give them a little bit off the bat to give them electrolytes and an immune boost. And then I want to give them something like the chickens and older birds occasionally or every now and then when it's really hot outside, like now, or they have some stress and things like being moved around and stuff. So I'm going to be giving, I've decided to give all my poultry, the 5-day-old birds and the chickens outside, some magic water. It's going to boost their immune system and hopefully give them some electrolytes. Now I'm only going to give it to them for 1 day, and then I'm going to take it away and they're going to get just clean water. The baby quail have 2 waters in there, so they will get one of them for 1 day with this mixture and then one just clean water. If you're doing supplements and things, especially in their water, you do want to make sure it's changed out frequently so it doesn't get gross. And you also don't want to overload them with minerals. I think natural water is probably the best. Now, people go back and forth with whether you give them anything initially or not. I really haven't, but I think I'm going to try some of this magic water that I've come across. So let's see real quick here. Yeah. Oh, okay, so I haven't, but only if they need it. So I've decided I'm going to experiment a little bit. Why not? I'm going to see how they do. So I'm going to give these 5-day-old chicks, well, they'll be 6-day-old tomorrow, but they're going to get a little bit of the magic water, and then my chickens as well. So you may be asking, all right, Matt, what is this magic water you keep talking about? Well, the magic water is a electrolyte / immune booster, kind of supposed to help them out all around. And so what it consists of is going to be 1 gallon of warm water, half a cup of honey, preferably raw and pasteurized, organic, 2 tablespoons of apple cider, and again, raw, organic, preferably with the mother in it, and then 2 cloves of organic crushed garlic. Now, I did put the recipe in the description for tonight's stream. I got fancy. So if anyone wants that. But I'm going to move the mic and step back behind me. I had the camera good, but that's okay. I think you can still see it. And I'm going to make some of this up. Now, you can make it really easily and quickly. It's made with just the ingredients I just read, things that are in most people's kitchens already. I do want to mention garlic water sounds gross for the birds. It's not so bad. They don't mind it. But some animals can't have garlic, and you don't want to overdo it. So, oh, neat. Okay. So some people will say don't use it because if you dump it out, other animals that can't have it will eat it. And I'm just going to be careful, and I'm actually going to strain mine. I'm not going to have the chunks in there. But let's get to it. So hopefully you can still hear me. First of all, I got a gallon jar. This is one I use to make kombucha in. So I'm going to take my gallon jar, and I had some fermented honey garlic out just to remind myself to take it. First thing we want is, excuse me, this is a quarter, but we want half a cup of honey. Now this here is the raw, unfiltered, pasteurized local honey's best. I mentioned that a lot with my teas. but we're going to put that in there. And I'm actually going to put the water in first and then dump the honey in that so it's not sitting on the bottom, hopefully. And you want to use warm water. That way the honey dissolves in it easier. Still warm a little bit, warmish. It'll do. There we go. And so I'm going to put a 1/4 cup and a 1/4 cup more. There we go. So far we got a gallon of warm water, a 1/4 cup of our honey. Next thing we need is 2 tablespoons of apple cider. Now this is cheap apple cider. You do want to make sure it is apple cider, not just apple cider flavored vinegar. This is an apple cider, raw, organic, with the mothers, what you want. This is what I had on hand. I thought I had some of the other stuff, and I still may on the shelf, but this will do. Now, I've also know a lot of people will put just a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in the water for poultry anyways, every other week or so to help out. And so that might be something I do. But we'll use my super precise measure here. So we're going to do 2 tablespoons. And I'm assuming this would be good for people too. This is great for you, and so is garlic. All right, cool. And then we want to do our garlic here. Now, this is one of the smaller heads of garlic. So we grew 2 different types of garlic, and we got 3 sizes. We got some elephant garlic this year. We got some good bigger heads, and then these small ones that grew in a shadier bed. Actually really like these though, because these are perfect for my garlic honey and some of the smaller recipes. So my main light here is on our solar tonight, but the other light is not. And I don't know if you keep seeing that power draw, but all right, so we're gonna take this. It's 2 cloves, about that size though. And you wanna crush it. Woo. No solo. That's who can't have it is solo. I have my knife here, but I think I did a pretty good job. If some of the peel's in there, that's okay. I'm going to strain it anyways, but the birds aren't going to really mind, of course. Now I'm going to mash that up, put that in there. That peel will just float, but I'll strain it out. There we go. Got the garlic, got the honey, got the apple vinegar. And this is actually kind of a lot like I don't know if you guys remember, but I did a live stream and did a video too you could check out. But I made a energy drink from old Alabama gardener who's passed on, rest in peace, but a great recipe. And it was kind of similar actually. I could probably drink this and do really well. There we go. So that looks just like that. I'm going to put it in the fridge to let it really soak together and build. And then tomorrow morning, so it's not for you. Dogs shouldn't have garlic. Tomorrow morning, all my birds are going to get some of this in their water. And so that's magic water. We'll see how that does. Hopefully well. Come here, Solo. Are you feeling left out? Solo wants to say hi. There we go. He always wants to say hi. Okay, and then, oh yes, I did want to mention that too. Thank you, Verna. Yep, just remember what apple cider does to eggshells. So this is one thing I did want to mention that I did come across in my research. I keep looking at the wrong camera. And so I did come across in my research is if you are giving apple cider vinegar or the vinegar to the birds too often, it can make their shells really brittle and break. And so vinegar will make the shells, I believe if you take the whole egg and put it in it, it makes it like rubber, doesn't it? But that just as a note, don't give too much to your birds. All right, let's see what else I had. I was going to show my quail, but quail cam is right here. We'll have quail cam at QuailCon. Now, I'm not going to show too much. So I do want to talk about my stream and schedule and stuff. I kind of always talk about that a little bit. Unfortunately, for the next 3 weeks, we won't have the Sunday morning garden chat with Matt or garden tea with Farmer Casey scheduled. Uh-oh. I don't know what happened. The camera switched on me. Not today. Not today, technology. Not today. You tried to get Verna this morning, and she overcame you. And you're trying to get me now, and I'm going to overcome you. It's going to make me small. Am I back? I'm back. Well, okay, we're near the end anyways, so that's okay. It will remove the shell and leave only the membrane. Oh, okay. Yeah, so don't give too much to your birds. Yeah, Verna, you're a great inspiration. I'm, man, it was giving me trouble too today, and it still is, obviously. Anywho, so the next 3 Sundays, we won't be having that chat scheduled. If we do come on, it'll be spontaneous. We got some time. My plan is to get a lot of videos out, hopefully. But tomorrow, my oldest son has cornhole tournament for a fundraiser for soccer. Excuse me. And I actually have work, so I won't get to enjoy that. But it's going to be real busy. They have to be out early in the morning, so there won't be a stream. The following week, I have to work a 13-hour shift. I work all day for one of the managers who is going on vacation that is covering one of my days. Things I got to do. The other manager I got to give quail eggs to, but so we won't have the stream that one. And then that following week is QuailCon. And so we won't have our stream that Sunday either. So we're looking at a little while before that stream. I'm kind of shooting to coincide the tea thing with that, but we will see. Yep. And then let's see, Saturday night streams, I still plan to go all the way. Even at QuailCon, I would like to do a short one from the hotel room. I'm going to get a little bit of video at QuailCon, maybe just saying hi to some people or a couple little shots. I don't want to invade on any privacy or anything, and I talked about that last time. But yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, but I might do a little bit of that. So I'm really, I mean, interviewing people, I got to think of the questions. I'm not good at that. I really just want to say hi and, meet everyone and see what everyone's doing and be out there. But so that's what's going on. I do plan on being here next Saturday night. So we've been at about an hour now, and we've been running the whole stream here from the electric solar generator for about 2 hours. It has a little bit of time on it. But as soon as I hop off here, I won't be putting up the thumbnail for tomorrow because we probably won't have that. I got to head to the kitchen and wash and freeze grapes and corn and do all those things, and then hopefully package teas tonight. So I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to say goodbye to everyone, and then we'll play the like and subscribe video. So thank you, everyone, for showing up. Thank you, CDB and Verna, for moderating and doing all you do as always. And I hope you guys all have a good, blessed evening and week. And we'll see you in videos, your streams, or next Saturday, hopefully. So, yeah, just not the master classes. Okay, cool. Have a good evening, y'all. We'll see you later. Have a good one.
Remember to hit the thumbs up and subscribe.
Cooey.
Party pooper.